Time Warner Cable's local edition. My name is Brad Pomerance. Our guest, Steve Bradford, member of the California State Assembly. And so I want to speak with you about telephone service. I think it's fair to say that people are cutting their landlines and using other methods to communicate, be it via internet, by a cell phone. There is a system in place for the low-income folks in our community to get a cut rate for landlines, but not for these other services. I understand you're looking at maybe changing that formula.
That's correct. Earlier this month, I introduced AB 1407, which just expands the lifeline, which has been in place for a little over 25 years. It was known as the Moore Act, Gwen Moore, when she was in state legislature.
Oh, how is Gwen? I
She's
wonder.
doing
I haven't seen her in years, but
She's
anyway.
Doing fantastic.
Right.
She introduced legislation, and now all this does is make it technology neutral and says if you don't have a hard line, but you have a wireless device, you have the internet, you can apply that discount to those services now.
And how is it moving forward? I know the cable industry is in support. How is it looking generally?
It's moving. It's going. We still have to go through our first policy hearing, which is on Senate UNC next week, but I think we're going to do.
And is that an expense that's picked up by, does the government subsidize it? Is it a service through the providers?
It's service through the consumers. If you look at your phone
bill
right now, you've been paying Lifeline.
But it's cents.
It's pennies on the dollar.
Right.
Currently, it's a 1.1% of the bill.
I understand.
And we've been paying it for years. And
I want to shift gears, if I may, and speak with you about prisons. As you know, recently a federal court ruled that the state of California had to release 10,000 prisoners pursuant to a U.S. Supreme Court order, and that order said we waive all laws that would prevent California from releasing these prisoners. This is a ruling like we have never seen.
That's correct.
Where do we go from here?
We have to sit down and we have to huddle up. I mean, law enforcement, our governor, legislature,
district
attorneys, even those social resource organizations who are going to be challenged with providing some of the safety nets for these individuals if, in fact, they're released. We all have to come together and come up with a plan.
To say that this ruling didn't cause headaches and heartaches is an understatement. I was being flooded with press releases from left, right, and center about the horror behind it and the fear that this could cause a surge in crime. You know, the intent is that it would be lower level offenders who would be released, but you know, our prison population has been ticking up a little bit, and the governor said he wants to move to the Supreme Court to reverse this ruling. They don't take many cases.
It's going to be a tough fight. But again, we shouldn't put the boogeyman in everything that we're doing here as we talk about realignment. I'm guaranteeing you they're going to look at these individuals before they release them, if in fact. And in the best case circumstances, you could have a setback or somebody who reoffends. But this is not the intent to let these mad hard.
But it begs the question. The fundamental issue is we have a real problem. We have an overcrowding crisis. We haven't built prisons in 10 years, and we continue to want to be tough on crime and strengthen sentences, lengthen sentences.
The truth is, we've built more prisons in the last 25 years.
25 years,
than we've built universities.
That is a true statement.
3 universities during that time period. We've built over 15 prisons in the state of California.
Do we need to build more?
I don't think so.
Really?
I think we need to expand those social services and understand that everyone that commits a crime doesn't necessarily have to go to prison or will be rehabilitated through that. It's other means of addressing some of this activity.
Okay, his name is Steve Bradford. He's a member of the California State Assembly. My name is Brad Pomerance. This is Time Warner Cable's Local Edition.